Hubert Lawrence, welcome to Profile.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
First of all, how does it feel to be on the other side of the sea?
It's crazy. To be on Profile is something special.
Well, you are something special. You've covered, and I have a long list here, Olympics, World Champs, World Junior Championships, World Netball Championships, Carifta, Boys and Girls Athletic Championships. And by the way, this is not exhaustive at all. Gibson Relays, World Cup, work for TVJ, CVM, KLAS, Buzz Magazine, Track Alerts, Skywriting Awards from Carreras Foundation and Press Association of Jamaica, many other organizations as well, including the Jamaica Public Service Company, Mutual Life. How does it feel when you look back on this journey of all of these different kind of companies and opportunities?
Real journey, exciting and rewarding, but a real journey.
Let's talk a little bit about how that journey started, because though you are known for track and field commentary, you've done a lot of different kinds of things. Where did that passion for sports start, and what does it have to do with growing up?
Well, went to San Diego High School, big sports school, lots of heroes when I was there. One of my schoolmates is Bert Cameron, Patrick Roxborough, Claudette Remy, all champs winner, Cheryl Clark. And so you begin to enjoy sport there. Big cricket team, Gregory Brown, and I think they won all the titles in 1977. And so you get into it from there early. Wrote for the school magazine and thought I would go to Carrimac. I think that's where it started.
So it was there, not earlier when you were growing up?
All-rounder, good at English, always my easiest subject in school. And so that sort of ushered me out to doing those things. When I got to campus, it was comfortable, did radio, Alma Makian, Rafiq Khan, in school with Elaine Wint and people like that, and you learn from them. Gladstone Wilson, they were doing diplomas and then degrees after that, and you began to learn from the big people in the business you saw on television. Interview subjects like Beverly Manley in practical classes. Yes. You were dazzled by how erudite she was and how she had it together, and so starstruck a little bit as well, and you kept on going.
Let's take a step back even earlier days with growing up a little bit. You grew up in St. Catherine.
Yeah, born in London, England. Parents went to England in the late 1950s. There was a freezing cold 1970 winter. Daddy said he couldn't take it anymore. We were back in Jamaica, end of 1971. And then my mom called Maggie Brown, her cousin, my cousin. Which school should the boys go to when the house was built in Spanish Town near to G.C. Foster? Wasn't built yet, and you know all the rest. So that's early. Could play football, played for the school. One of my heroes in school, Texan Rarity, outstanding goalkeeper and thrower for the school. And so I played football and eventually moved over to table tennis, which I'm still playing now.
How did your parents encourage that kind of love for sports?
Daddy was into it, and mommy as well. And this is the age before the internet now. And so to be active, you had to play. It's not like now you're sitting with a handheld computer device and you have your fun at your desk in your bedroom.
Yes.
You just keep on playing outside, and we played for schools and clubs, and every person we had a bicycle that we share. You get sent to the shop, you come back 3 hours later because you toured all of Spanish Town. Yeah. So a different era for youngsters in terms of staying active.
No, that understanding of that this is something I want to do as commentary, when did you said that came in the Carmack days, but earlier growing up, what was the plan?
Wow. Maggie Brown was a trackman, ran for St. Diego in the 1960s at championships, and I began to travel with my brother Paul and then him to track meets. Hugh Powell, KC track team manager, I met him at table tennis. He was Gen secretary for the JTTA, and they took me everywhere to track and field in those early days. And one of my brother's classmates, Judith Bailey, had a brother at the school. I bumped into him. The families became great friends, and the head of that family, Trevor Bailey, was a track fan as well. He puts in front of me, maybe 81, 82, the first copy I ever saw of Track and Field News.
Yes.
And so from there, the interest came in. How you get to commentary, we fast forward. I joined the Heart Trust a little bit after the University of the West Indies, and they have headquarters at Fort Park Boulevard. I bump into John Messam, who becomes my good friend. former Jamaica hurdler. And when he retires, he has an idea, the Hurdles and Field Events Classic. I said, John, that will never work. Let's add...
Hold on. You told him it would never work?
It would never work because in 1988-89, you're not going to have a track meet without running in a sprint crazy country. He was hurdles, he was running and then coaching. Let's put hurdles with it, and we got the National Hurdles and Field Events Championships. 3 years in, I'm tired. It's hard work to put on a track meet. And he says, I said, I'll help you on the day. He says, fine. When he comes, the day is coming, he says, I want you to be the commentator on a TV package of the meet. Hands me over to Mary Francis, video stills, Greg Lopez, Sheldon Davids, Talawa, Laurie Dillon, someone I call Heavy D, Little D. We did hurdles and field events. We did the Western Relays in Montego Bay, and that morphed into champs, and we've kept going since there. That champs must be 32 champs ago.
I want to talk a little bit about the process of was it just the experience that made you better over time? What did you do? What was the process?
I did voice and speech. In my job, I did electronic news gathering again. I watched a lot of track and field. I go to a lot of track and field, but I also kept watching the people, the presenters, the commentators, and heard how they postured. There was a guy, Peter Matthews, who did all the things for the BBC, the British broadcast. He was top class. I thought of him as really a good guide. But you kept trying to improve a bit every year. If you stand still, you freeze, you lose ground. So I've tried to improve every year a little bit. I think I know the weak areas, and I've tried to work on them over time. So you stay with it and you immerse yourself in the sport. That's the only way.
I want to talk a little bit about that process again, because we are able to, at any moment ask you the most random of things and have you respond to it. And I want to find out what is that? Is that a photographic memory? What's your process for that? But we have to go to the break. Profile with Hubert Lawrence returns right after these messages.